Unsure when you were getting the title shot? Were you just playing coy with us, or were you aware at that point?
Unfortunately, I already knew, but I couldn't, you know, you guys know the nature of the beast, so I couldn't say anything.
So now that you can, how do you feel that you...
Excited, man. I'm excited. I mean, this is, you know, what every fighter dreams of and hopes for. Some people wish for it and dream for it their entire lives and never get to it, and I'm here, man, so I couldn't be any more happy for this opportunity.
Was it a little tough not being able to talk about it and knowing and basically...
Yeah, well, it's just how it is, you know. They tell us not to say anything until it's announced, so I mean, it is what it is.
What about coaching on The Ultimate Fighter? Who do you plan to bring as far as you know, coaching staff and all that? Yeah,
well, I plan on bringing my coaches, the guys that helped me out in Kings, the guys that helped me out when I started as well. Rafael Cordero is going to be coming back and forth from Huntington Beach, as well as my guys from Kings. I'm going to be bringing a few of them down here, as well as Fabricio. He might make an appearance, and a couple other guys.
You're a product of The Ultimate Fighter, and now your first title shot will come from The Ultimate Fighter. How does it feel to have this all come full circle?
Yeah, it's all coming full circle, man, and I mean, it's insane. It's insane, you know, and I'm honored. I mean, I'm just blessed, man. I mean, I'm just riding the bus until the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? And you know, this could all be taken away tomorrow. You know, so I'm excited.
Do you like that you're coaching tough before the biggest fight of your career?
I like that I'm doing that. I'm doing whatever it takes to get the title shot. You know, if there's title implications, then I'm doing it, no matter what it is. If we have to wait till the end of the year to fight, then I'll wait out till the end of the year. But I know that for sure I'll be fighting for the world title, which is ultimately what I want. But also on top of that, like the Ultimate Fighter, when I got into it, I mean, it meant the world to me. You know, this was a huge opportunity in my life, and it meant the world to me. So I'm going to try my best to be able to help these guys out.
How do you think coaching Tough 28 will compare to coaching Tough Latin America?
In a lot of different ways, just because we're dealing with heavyweight men, heavyweight, and then featherweight division, featherweight women. I'm sorry, and you know, and now we get to do it in English. You know, a bigger broadcasting, so it's just a lot bigger, and now with more title implications, it just feels a lot bigger.
Do you fancy yourself much as a coach?
I feel like I have a lot to offer. Yeah, you know, I've been in the sport for a long time, and I've been training for a long time. I think I feel like I have what it takes to be able to help these guys out. Yeah.
What advice would you give the guys on the show? Because you've gone through the show yourself. Is there anything that you'd give them if you know, anyone's watching right now that might be on the show?
Well, one thing that I always tell my guys in the first season of The Ultimate Fighter Latin America, that I learned, that I observed when I was there, it's not always the best fighter that wins. You know, it's always the guy that stays the most focused throughout the entire competition. You know, when you're in the house, when you're, you know, got nothing else to do but train, you're going back and forth from the house to the gym to the house every single day. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. You start going crazy. You guys start drinking. They kind of just let loose and go crazy, and people wanna bang, you know. So I just tell the people that the fighters that whoever stays the most focused throughout the whole competition is usually the one who wins.
I'm curious if you watched the fights last night, and if you did, what do you think of Adesanya's win?
Impressive. I felt like he had Brad hurt in several occasions where he didn't capitalize, so maybe he might want to fix on that. But I felt like he's very good, man.
He told us after the fight he's ready for the top of the division. Do you think he's that ready already?
We'll have to see. We've only seen him fight, you know, 3 times in the UFC, so he's still got a lot to prove.
How much do you feel that not having taken a lot of damage in your last couple of fights, and Whittaker has, just with the wars he's had with Yoel Romero, how much do you think that's going to play a factor when you guys do eventually fight?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be the same fighter after these fights, after these wars that he's been in. You know, it takes a toll on the body. So we'll see how he comes out after this hand surgery that he made.
Speaking about that, he's just had surgery on his hand, right? And it's no guarantee he's actually going to make it to the tough finale. Like, have you guys had any indication, like
when the fight?
Yeah.
They're saying by December. I don't know which date exactly, but that's
there's the card in Toronto. I don't know if they've been told you. They haven't said anything. Okay.
Nothing.
That's a long time to wait. Is that okay with you? I mean, obviously a title shot is okay with you, but are you fine with waiting that long?
Yeah.
On the sidelines?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, we still got the show to film, and then I still got camp to make, so I'm okay with it. With a little break time in between, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
It seems like this is probably going to be the last season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Yep.
What does it mean to you to be one of the coaches to close this thing out?
You know, I feel like a lot of people, unfortunately, are kind of over The Ultimate Fighter. It kind of has been dull and boring. And that's how I feel, you know. I don't know how spectators feel, but that's how I felt. And I felt like I think I'm going to try my best to be able to bring back a sparkle to what The Ultimate Fighter is.
What do you think it's going to be like, you know, being around Robert so much for 6 weeks or however long the show films?
I've been around Rob. He's a chill guy, a good guy, you know, and I'm a pretty laid-back guy too, but you know, this is a competition, and it could get pretty interesting.
How do you think you get that spark going when, like you just said, he's a low-key guy, he doesn't really like to talk trash or get into any conflict outside the cage?
Yeah, well, when there's title implications, when there's the competition that we do, I know he's very competitive, I'm very competitive, man. It's going to be good, man, I think.
The Ultimate Fighter is all about prospects. One of the really good prospects at your gym, King's MMA, is an LFA champion, Sabina Mazo. How soon do you think we'll see her in the UFC? Because there's a lot of hype behind her right now.
Yeah, I think she's very young, and she knows she still has a lot to learn. But she's definitely one of our proud prospects. You know, heading out there, she's been in the gym, just toughing it out with all the guys and getting her butt kicked. You know, but at the same time, she's probably the MVP of the whole team, and she's the most improved. So you know, could be a year, could be 2 years, but she knows she's got a lot of work to do.
You've said the whole time that you feel like you're the best matchup against Robert Whittaker. Just curious, your early thoughts. What's an early prediction you could give us for this fight?
Man, I don't know, but I feel like my boxing matches up well with his. And then my wrestling, I mean, people forget that I'm a wrestler, that I haven't used my wrestling in my last who knows how many fights. But people forget that. People forget that I got brown belt jiu-jitsu as well. So, you know, I feel I have the advantage on the boxing and on the ground.
Did you ever think your first title shot would come at middleweight?
No, I didn't think it'd be at middleweight, but you know, it is what it is. Now I'm focused here on this division, and then we'll see what happens later on the road.
Has your thoughts changed about weight cutting with the fact that you and Robert both used to fight at welterweight and have found success at middleweight?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, has your thoughts changed about weight cutting just in general, just with seeing the success that you and Robert have had at 185? I
mean, I just felt like when I was cutting down, I thought I could get away with a snack here and there, but I know that I've matured and I've learned, and I feel like if I did the cut now and I did the diet, then I'd be okay.
Really? So you wouldn't rule out a future at welterweight down the line, of course, seeing how this fight goes and everything?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't rule it out.
Okay.
Kelvin, what's this journey been like for you getting up to this point? I mean, I think when I first spoke to you, you were like a bail bondsman, and and then now to come up here to this opportunity where you're like going to be possibly fighting for the title in December. I mean, what's the journey been like for you?
Well, you guys have seen me go from a little 20-year-old kid to now I'm almost 27, fighting for the world title. So I've kind of grown up in front of everybody's eyes, and shoot, I mean, it's just been a lot of growing pains as well. You know, I've made some mistakes. I've been down, but then I've been up again, and then it's just all been a learning experience that's led up to where I am now, to what I'm about to face now.